Good morning. Welcome to TARDIS Spider. I'm Terry, and today just a bit of a ramble. But I have noticed that we are being overrun by spiders. But this is October, Halloween month, so that should be expected. Maybe I'll do a video on spiders in Doctor Who towards the end of the month. But today, just a bit of a ramble about something that New Who does much better than classic Doctor Who. Now, classic Doctor Who, with their stories being longer and in parts, told a better story. They told a more detailed story. There was more character development. But what they never did is bring your emotions into the story. New Doctor Who, the writers do a much better job of finding your emotions and doing something with them. I have 10 stories here. The first 10 that came to mind when I was going through a list of new Doctor Who. These aren't the only stories that can take your emotions for a ride, but they're the first 10 that I came across. And I can imagine that this is at least 9 or 10 times more than classic Doctor Who did. So let's look at this list and let's continue enjoying Doctor Who. Father's Day. Rose's father, Pete, sacrifices himself so that his daughter may live and that the world may be saved. What a father will do to save his children. This is emotional. It always makes me cry. An empty child, the doctor dances. Now, when the doctor says, Rose, just this once, please, just this once, everybody lives. We've all seen everybody die in Doctor Who, and usually someone dies. But this is the first time that everyone lived. This is joy. And they also changed the series forever with this. School reunion. Now, what we get in this is we get closure and we get happiness. The doctor sees Sarah Jane Smith again, and Sarah Jane gets closure on her time with the doctor. It ties the old series and the new series together, and it's really good. Now, Blink. We all have heard stories of children hiding behind the couch. But since I did not grow up with Doctor Who, I was never scared by the classic series. But I saw Blink alone in the dark, and it scared the bejeebers out of me. It's the only time Doctor Who has ever scared me. So the emotion of fear was drummed up in Blink. Voyage of the Damned. Now I find this one a little unique, for when the doctor gives that great speech telling them who he is and what he's going to do, you are inspired. But what I found interesting were the three groups of people who were bullied and or shown prejudice against, yet they all sacrificed themselves for the others. Bana Capoletta, why he's part cyborg and had faced discrimination his whole life. The couple, they won their trip in a contest. They're overweight. They don't have the social manners that the people on the ship expect. Yet they too sacrifice themselves. And Astrid, she was a lowly waiting person. She too gave herself so the doctor may live. All these people gave of themselves so that others may live. That's kind of emotional, isn't it? Planet of the Ood. Now, we had seen the Ood before, but they were just blank monsters. The Planet of the Ood gave us the background of Ood, how they came to be in slavery, how the doctor freed them. But when Donna heard the song of the Ood, she was brought to tears. The sadness in the song. This was what we got from that. Stolen Earth, Journey's End. One of the saddest moments in the history of Doctor Who. Donna is smart. She has the mind of a Time Lord. And she knows what the doctor has to do to save her. He has to take everything that she has gained away from her. Donna has grown, she has experienced, and she has saved people. And now she must lose all that so that she may live. The 11th Hour. Matt Smith's opening story. Now, I really enjoyed this. It may be the best regeneration story that I've seen. But when he looks the Atraxi in its eye and tells them to run, you feel confidence and joy. Vincent and the Doctor. Now, this was the video that triggered this video. I watched a reaction video and on EMS Productions, by the way, and his girlfriend saw Vincent and the Doctor for the first time. Van Gogh is a favorite artist in our home, and it brought us to tears. It always brings me to tears. The sadness and the suffering that Tony Curran brought to the screen as Vincent van Gogh. And the last of the stories on this list is The Wedding of River Song. But you say, well, there's no big emotional thing in this. No, but there's confusion. This is the most confusing story in the history of Doctor Who. You don't know where it's been, you don't know where it's going, and it certainly keeps you confused. So I hope you enjoy all these stories from Doctor Who and the others that I did not cover. But remember, as good as classic Doctor Who was, New Who is very good, and to many people, it's even better. And one of the reasons that it's even better is it knows you have emotions, and new Doctor Who knows how to manipulate your emotions. And now for a recommendation. Today's recommendations are more Abbott and Costello Meet movies. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Abbott and Costello Meet The Mummy. Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer, Boris Karloff. Abbott and Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. All these films can be found on streaming services and probably on Turner Classic Movies. Abbott and Costello films are fun, and they do have a taste for Halloween. So I'm going to recommend all of the Abbott and Costello Meet monster movies for this month. Thank you, stay safe, enjoy Abbott and Costello, and don't forget to enjoy Doctor Who.